what actually happens when you lie to the highest court in the land? It sounds like a simple question, right? But the answer? Well, it gets to the very heart of how justice works. Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating case that forced the Supreme Court of India to answer that question head-on.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's a question that really cuts to the core of the whole justice system. Back in 1996, the Supreme Court had to deal with this directly in a case that, you won't believe this, started as a simple little dispute but ended up setting a huge legal precedent.
All right, so let's set the scene. Our story doesn't begin in some grand, dramatic courtroom. Nope. It starts with something you hear about all the time, a dispute over a rental property. But, as you're about to see, even the simplest case can get incredibly complicated when one person decides to tell a very, very big lie.
This whole saga, which would go on to define a key part of Indian law, all kicked off with a routine eviction case, filed way back in 1985. Just imagine that. After years, and I mean years of bouncing around the lower courts, this landlord-tenant fight finally lands on the Supreme Court's doorstep.
So the court basically dismisses the tenant's appeal, but they decide to be pretty reasonable about it. They give him a full 6 months to get his affairs in order, find a new place, and move out. And that should have been the end of it, right? The end of a legal battle that had already dragged on for a decade? But, as it turned out, it was really just the beginning.